there was the first Playboy mansion or the first Playboy club, there was Penthouse. Playboy's Penthouse, a late-night variety show hosted by Hef himself. What Penthouse did you think we were talking about? In 1959, Playboy's Penthouse gave Hef his first chance to bring his bachelor pad mystique beyond the printed page. But despite the racy implication of its title, it wasn't that kind of show. Instead, it was a live, weekly party in a Chicago apartment featuring performances by some of the biggest names in jazz, folk, and comedy. Lenny Bruce, Ella Fitzgerald, Nat King Cole, and Sarah Vaughan were just some of the legendary guests. In fact, the only real controversial thing about the black and white show is that it is considered the first to feature black and white guests as equals. Tom Brady made headlines in 2015 when he seemed to support Donald Trump in his run for the presidency. But readers of Playboy's interview with Trump in October 2004 might not have been so surprised. In fact, according to Trump, he and the Patriots QB have been friends going back a while, when they met at a jitterbugging contest. Okay, that's one of the weirder revelations from the interview, but there were still some other unexpected moments. For instance, Trump revealed that he has never had alcohol, nor even a cup of coffee. He's not a big fan of Viagra, he's terrified of germs, and he's never used an ATM. But some things never change. Trump was asked about his hair. Put down that hairdryer if you want your very own Don. And he was also asked about the U.S. presidency. It was an election year, and Donald had a lot of things to say about one candidate, John Kerry. And as for Don's own presidential ambitions, remember, Trump almost ran in 2000 as a candidate for the Reform Party, but ultimately Trump opted out due to the amount of infighting within his party. Sound familiar? Today, we know Jenny McCarthy as a former host of The View, a comic actress, Donnie Wahlberg's wife, and perhaps the world's most famous anti-vaxxer. So it's almost easy to forget that she first made her name over 20 years ago in the pages of Playboy in 1993. Back then, she was going to nursing school, working at a supermarket, and ate so much she had the nickname Truck Driver. Not that it showed. Jenny was selected from over 10,000 applicants to be the October Playmate of the Month. Her pictorial covered topics like horse racing, field hockey, and growing up in a working-class Catholic family. And there was some backlash in her community. Her house was pelted with eggs, and nuns lectured her on damnation. Instead, Jenny has been damned to a life of fame, fortune, and a few other Playboy appearances. Not bad, considering her humble beginnings. And one other fact. Her 1993 pictorial was her very first modeling job. And that's this month in Playboy history. Madonna. She had a huge hit with Vogue, but in 1985, Madonna was a hit for Playboy when she appeared in a pictorial and on the cover of the September issue. The photos were taken in 1979 in two separate sessions with two different photographers. Back then, she was trying to break in as a dancer and taking any money she could get.